Hey, Shalom and Shalom stuff. Souls by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Shai, Ba Hashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles GMS and honors to you brothers doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. This one, this is going to be another quick one, right? This is comes off of basically it was just on the interwebs, right? And you had this guy basically talking about so basically a bit of backstory. I've got a tech background, right? And one of the things that happens when you are releasing a product is basically gets reviewed, and I'm sure that's the same in other fields of work. Someone basically looks over it and says, okay, this, that, and the other, especially when you're a quote junior, junior being someone who's got less experience than someone else, right? So now all of these, what you call all the experiences, all of these, analogies that you get in the world, sometimes you find that they actually, apply also to this truth. So basically, the guy was talking about, if basically, he's talking about how some people basically don't, what do you call it, aren't soft with their code review, so they're not, emotionally, what do you call it, they're not, I think the word is being emotive. I think it's empathetic, sorry, right, where you basically put yourself in the other person's shoes. How does this person want it to be delivered? Right, and that's, and it was actually a woman who initially said it, right? And basically, you ask yourself, well, but that's not the field of work. If you've produced a shit product, if you've done something shit, right? If the person's all like, look, man, it's all right, man. This, that, and the other. Which, don't get me wrong, you will have, when applied to scripture, you have some brothers that are, softer about it, right? But when it comes to rebuke, if you fucked up, you fucked up, and there ain't no point sugarcoating that, right? And that's what this individual was trying to preach about how, you gotta be more, basically more sensitive, right? But when you're sensitive, man, you end up missing out a whole lot of points. You end up trying to sugarcoat it, and instead of that person becoming better, right? They just continue on in their, in their silliness, man. They continue on in their, their ill work. So let me get this, right? It says, I've got some precepts here: Reprove, Rebuke, and Exhort. Right? It says Proverbs 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. Right. So this goes back to the point of, look, man, you be dealing with certain individuals, man. In the world, everyone's taught to be, what did they say was the typical sort of thing when dealing with kids? A sandwich rebuke, where you put give good, then you rebuke, and then you give good on the other side. No, but, so what, are you even going to remember the wickedness you've done? Sometimes you just need to get straight cursed out. It's like, look, man, you going off. You did that off. Right? Give them a spanking if you need to. And hey, the Lord will do that. If you ain't gonna, what you call it, if you ain't got anyone around you who's gonna spank you, the Lord will do it. Right? You'll find you just get jacked up out of nowhere, and you're like, fuck. You're just trying to find, you question yourself, shit, is something I did, what's going on, right? Which ultimately is always something you did, because the scripture says, all have fallen short, all have sinned and fallen short, right? Go and say Ecclesiasticus Sirach, also known as Sirach 11:7, says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth, understand first and then rebuke. Right, so this is another aspect of rebuke. Right, you can't just, jump to conclusions. Oh, you've done this wrong, da, da, da. Before you've heard everything. So what does the scriptures also say? I hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Right, which is what this is. This is what this is alluding to. You can't just straight just be cursing man out. Rebuke a man until you've heard the full story. Well, man, a guy's halfway through, and you're like, oh, that is on the other, and you haven't even heard. Like, you examine the truth. You go, you see, okay, what was actually going on here? Was this a lie? Was this the truth? Right, and then if it would be found that you got a rebuke, then hey, bring on the rebuke. Right. Sirach 20:2 says, it is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly, and he that confesseth his fault shall be preserved from hurt. So once again, I'll take it back to the example I was given, right? Basically, the guy's looking at your work and he's thinking, man, this is man, shit, man, fuck this guy. But, out of his mouth he's saying, yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, whatever, what have you, whatever, what have you. But then what happens? Well, then that thing that they done causes damage elsewhere, causes damage to someone else. You apply that to the truth. You don't get rebuked about about putting out a bad breakdown. What happens? Right? I haven't brought this one out in a while. Right? It says Galatians 5:9. It says, a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Right? So a guy brings out a bad breakdown, doesn't get rebuked about it. No one rebukes him. Everyone's like, no, why is he breaking it down like that? Doesn't get rebuked about it. And then other people are listening to that, and then they're like, okay, cool, and they're going off, preaching that, teaching that, whatever, what have you, right? So from your fuck up, right, which is what a bad breakdown is, right, and no one rebuking you, that then goes out and causes problems. So going back to the worldly example, you fuck up, at whatever it is, your technical exercise or whatever, right? And then that will then, mean people lose money or people get injured, well, people even die, right? You got guys that break down that the mark of the beast isn't isn't the RFID microchip, right? Their fuck up, right, is causing people to die, will cause people to die, right? Which is why it's important to rebuke, right? But when you actually go and say, look, man, you didn't do that right, and you cut out the emotions, you don't try, cause sometimes, man, it ain't about sugar, cause sometimes just getting out the point, man, not beating around the bush. Right, it says, Sirach 32:17, the sinful man will not be reproved, but will find an excuse according to his will, right? So 2 Timothy 4:2 says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering. Right? Long suffering, you look into the word. Basically, it means having patience, man. Right? Having patience. Right? And doctrine. Right? So this is something we're commanded to do. Right? To reprove and rebuke and exhort. First, because talking about to preach the word, be instant. We won't be preaching out there, man. We'll be getting on everyone. Right, but amongst brothers, man, like I said, you see a brother, going off, you tell them about, you see a brother's done a bad breakdown. Like, you're like, yo, but I don't know about that breakdown. Where'd you get that from? Which goes back to, goes back to up here, right? But blame not thou before thou examine the truth. Because you never know, it might be a breakdown that you actually haven't even heard of. The brother like, look, man, look, I got it from here. Right, this is the scripture. Right, not the scripture. This is the video of the apostle breaking it down like that. Right, if you find out that it ain't a bad breakdown and that you just weren't up to date, right, then you'll be like, oh, okay, calm the water out. But if you find out it's a bad breakdown, look, bro, what are you doing? Where are you getting that from? And brothers do that, man. Right? This is Joe, and like, yo, man, we took it, take down that video and put a video up saying, look, man, our breakdown wasn't right. But this is Job 38:3. It says, gird up now thy loins like a man, for I'll demand of thee, and answer thou me. Right? So gird up your loins. Don't be, don't be getting all emotional when you get cursed out. And here's another thing about being cursed out. You might be cursed out. Like, look, man, I ain't done that. Right? But I'll tell you something from personal experience, man. You get cursed out and you won't even do that thing for several years, for several months. I remember when I first came into the truth, got cursed out for something. I was baffed. I was like, yo, I didn't. Well, when I first, joined the camp, I was like, shit, I never did that. What was fucking going on? When it didn't happen, I didn't actually do that thing until maybe a year or so ago, man. So several years later, and when it happened, I was like, oh shit, right? You know, because at those points you can end up being proud. But oh no, fam, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know, because we're men. You know, you know, we make mistakes. You might get on someone. Like, why is he getting on me for? Right, but it's smart with the spirits. Like, you know, you guys start with the spirit. Right. This is First Timothy 5:1. Just to put more perspective on it. Right. So rebuke not an elder, but then treat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren. Right. To rebuke not an elder, right? You know, don't now go off, go to someone above you, be like, yo, you know, go to the apostle, look, man, you going off, man, you going off. Right. You know, because the apostles ain't going off. You know, and that's just it on that. But the reason why you do this, though, right, is 1 Corinthians 12:12 says, for as the body is one and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Mashiach. Because we're all one body under Mashiach, right? We're all one body under Yahweh Shai, whom the world called Jesus Christ, right? And you know, what you do when you go gym? You see, you know, you get guys that will be strong in their upper body, but the lower body's weak. So what does that mean? Means that the legs ain't good. If you ain't hitting that leg day, because leg day is very good for teeing up, man. Testosterone, because when that muscle breaks, it builds, you know, and it's being built back on. That's testosterone being released into your system, right? You know, or you know, you got strong legs, you know, and then you got strong legs and you got a weak upper body. So what does that then mean? It means that you know, although you can push hard, you can't lift anything up. Right, you can walk for ages, but you can't pick anything up. So what's the point? Like one of the things that I've got quite quite weak, stabilizer muscles, right? Some from injury, you know, my shoulders fucked, this, that, and the other. But the aim of the game is to make sure, and the reason I bring that up, because if the stabilizer muscles don't get strengthened, then I can never really hit that. You know, I can't really do a bench press, right? Meaning that my whole body is stagnant because of one part of my body. Right, which is why you got a saying in basketball, you're only as strong as the weakest man. And in this body, in the scripture, you're only as strong as the weakest man, which is why you see above is not, you know, getting up to stand, not doing what he's got to do. You get on him. You're like, yo, bro, what's going on? Etc., etc. Right? But Lord's what you've been edified. Like I said, it was just all from that example, you know, because guys, you know, everything's getting all emotional now, man. You know, look, if you fucked up, you fucked up. You know, if your shit's being reviewed, right, and you fucked up, don't be getting emotional. If you fucked up, you fucked up. Why are you getting emotional for? You know, you just say, hey, you know, look, man, hey, thanks for helping me spot that, man. You know, and I'm saying that in its truth. Hey, bro, I never even, bro might tell you something about yourself that you didn't want to hear. You'd be like, look, man, thanks for telling me. Hey, yours what I can improve. And that's the aim of the game. That's the aim of rebuke. And if that's ultimately the point when you are rebuking, you ain't just supposed to, oh, you're shit. With this, with that, you're supposed to be building, man. We ain't supposed to be breaking people down. Like, you ain't supposed to be, you know, just straight out saying, oh, you know, you're shit, you're this, you're that. You're supposed to say, look, man, you ain't doing this. You ain't doing your videos, man. Look, if you need help doing videos, bro, I'll do videos with you. Then if the bro still ain't doing videos, hey, man, what can you do? But you get the point. It's about building, right? It's about building. Now, so Lord's all you've been edified, and down, let's say, Shalom.